Our board, as you can look at the pages from our presentation, clearly designed for a much bigger company versus what we are today. So you can see that there is a path to something much larger, which is confirmed by the fact that Mike Pompeo joined us just over months ago.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me this morning, ACG Metals Chairman and CEO, Artem Volynets. Artem, very good to speak with you again. For viewers new to the story, could you remind us about ACG Metals, please?
Thank you very much, Stephen. Good to be back on the show again. ACG Metals is a company designed to consolidate a copper space. In September of last year, we completed acquisition of our first asset in Turkey. 3 months later, we raised $200 million to invest in this asset and orchestrate a transition from oxide mining into sulfide mining. And we aim to start producing up to 25,000 tons of copper equivalent from next year upon completion of the construction period. And we're looking to acquire other assets in the copper industry globally to build a leading copper producer traded on the London Stock Exchange.
Artem, you're also the founder of the company. Could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Thank you. What we're doing now with ACG Metals is very similar to what I've done before in another part of the global mining space, which is aluminium. I worked in the aluminium sector for over 10 years, from early 2000, essentially leading all the transactions that created United Company Rusal. I was head of strategy of that group that led to Rusal becoming the largest aluminium company in the world outside of China. I led Rusal IPO in Hong Kong in 2010, raising over $2 billion. And valuing the company over $20 billion. So that's what we're looking to repeat, starting now with a listed vehicle traded on the London Stock Exchange.
Tell us a bit about the support that you get from your board of directors, Artem, because I see there is broad experience across the mining sector, but also across the finance sector.
Thank you. Our board, as you can look at the pages from our presentation, clearly designed for a much bigger company versus what we are today. So you can see that there is a path to something much larger, which is confirmed by the fact that Mike Pompeo joined us just over months ago. He is the former Secretary of State and the Director of CE in the first Trump administration. So nowadays, everyone in the world wants to have a trusted help in DC. And we are very happy that we have Mike on board, who is not only helpful in DC, but also in other countries where we're looking to acquire assets. He is joined by Mustafa Aksoy, who is the CEO of Lidya, the Turkish company from whom we acquired our first asset for cash and shares. Lidya is our largest shareholder with about 35%. In ACG Metals share register. He is also joined by Martin, who is the Chief Investment Officer of our another major investor, emerging markets fund based in New York called Argentum Creek. And then we have a strong independent directors, including Fiona, who has been doing business in mining sector in commercial banks for over 35 years. Mark, who used to be head of Chief Investment Officer at the Global Situation Group with ADIC, that tells you about, which is Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund, tells you about our access into the United Arab Emirates funding. And very importantly, Henny Foyle, who used to be head of copper at Anglo American. His experience comes very handy as we look at various copper projects and assets worldwide. On the advisory side, we have Robert Friedland, who doesn't need an introduction as the mining entrepreneur of our generation, and also Warren Gilman, who used to run mining deals for Mr. Li Ka-shing out of Hong Kong for over 12 years, also a mining engineer. If I can highlight briefly my colleagues on the management side, That includes Patrick, who is our CFO. We worked with him in the past, and he has experience from commercial banking to private equity and now corporate. Importantly, we have a very strong leader in the ground. We have 270 plus people at the mine site in Turkey that is led by Barış, who we have promoted recently to be the general director. And another key highlight is Graham Ripley, who is a project director and currently in charge of building $146 million sulfide expansion. A very strong team to complement a very strong board, certainly designed for greater things.
Artem, with that whole team behind you, what are some of the milestones that we should be looking out for in the months ahead from ACG Metals?
Certainly our quarterly updates, but perhaps most importantly, regular updates on the construction of the sulfide expansion, which shall move us from production of gold and silver this year. Last year, we did 57,000 ounces, generating over $76 million in EBITDA. Next year, we're moving to production of copper concentrate and zinc concentrate of up to 25,000 tons per year in copper equivalent going forward.
Awesome. I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress with that. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
That's ACG Metals Chairman and CEO Artem Volynets.